With 39-year-olds, right? Midnight, her mom will be calling her. Where are you?
Is that a form of abuse? According to psychologists, abuse can take many forms, and the one that causes the most damage is not physical. It's emotional and verbal abuse that inflict the deepest wounds. Elisabetta Franzoso's self-help book, Stella's Mom Gets Her Groove Back, highlights the issue of abuse. The book is based on the author's real-life story, how she confronted her abusive behavior and adopted a new attitude.
Very honest and very courageous.
Well, I think it's very inspiring. I read it twice, actually.
Are there any scenes in the book that are particularly memorable?
Yes, she waited for the husband, I think in a cafeteria or something like that. Yeah, because I think the husband was with the other children. Yeah, so she was waiting for him. Yeah, so that was kind of very memorable for me. You just feel that, because sometimes I do have that same feeling as well, because I was waiting for my husband. Then you felt so lonely at times.
The part about being aware, like for instance with Elisabetta's awareness of her father. She always thought that her father was a nice guy, but actually her father was very weak. And for me, I didn't realize why I couldn't relate to my dad or to guys in that, in general. It was because I always unconsciously thought of them as weak. So I was projecting this thing onto guys I met, that even if they weren't weak. It's just because of my dad, of the way I see my dad unconsciously. So I think for her, the awakening for her was an awakening for me too.
Yeah. The book also touches on the subject of abuse. So what are your thoughts on abuse?
I mean, abuse is very broad. Sometimes you may abuse your child without knowing, without realizing. It could be like, certain words at them.
We always think of abuse as physical or sexual abuse, but there's also mental abuse, emotional abuse.
Can you share a story of abuse with us that maybe your friend told you, or a personal story?
I have a friend. We go out for dinner with 39-year-olds, right? Midnight, her mom will be calling her. Where are you? The calls will be manipulative, or she would feel guilty for not for wanting to leave the house, and she can't move out. I think that's really hard. I mean, I don't blame my friend, and I almost don't blame her mom either, because her mom doesn't know any way else to live. And I think it's just a cycle of abuse that keeps rotating. And the worst part is that if my friend doesn't move out, she's abusing herself.
Some might see it as, a mom being concerned for her child. So how would you say it is abuse? Why would it be abuse?
She's a grown woman. She's entitled to live her life. If she wants to move out, let her move out. Her mom still rummages through her stuff, which I feel is really an invasion of privacy. I feel that's abuse. It's abusing the authority of a mother.
Sometimes they are not doing the things that I want them to. So I started to show my displeasure and then shout at them and yell at them. I felt that could be a form of abuse, despite that you have the interest at their heart.
What do you shout at them?
What do I shout? It can be anything like, why do you do that? Why are you so slow? It's just, but it could be, sometimes you just get carried away and then without realizing.
You feel guilty about it?
Oh yes, after that. Yeah, I do apologize to them. I mean, I feel that I shouldn't be so proud that, I don't apologize to them. Yeah.
So how has the book actually impacted your life?
More aware, about my actions on my children and on my loved ones. Yeah.
Understand my mother more. Because I used to really come head to head with her. She and I are quite similar, actually. And I would also say before that, I don't want to have kids, so that the buck stops here. But I realized today that, also reading the book, that the buck stops here by me changing myself, not just saying I don't want to have babies or something.
If you are being abused, or if you know of someone being abused, please contact the Centre for Promoting Alternatives to Violence at 655-0390 or Comcare at 1-800-222-0000.